we've spoken a lot about your external Western influences like Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger on your investment philosophy. But can you take some examples closer to home of like Indian investors who you personally admire and who you've looked up to as mentors?
So there are so many. Mr. Ramdev Agarwal, Mr. Ramesh Damani, Mr. Utpal Seth from Red Enterprises, Mr. Manish Chokhani. There are and Mr. Sanjay Bhattacharya, who you had on your show in the past. There are so many great investors to learn from, and all of them, many of them have got very different investing styles, but the end result was, a great success. So this again brought out to me the fact that there is no one single route to heaven in the stock market. There are multiple roadways to heaven here. So, don't get boxed into one single style. You can basically keep evolving over time and, just keep learning from everyone. I think, it's very important to learn from, other people's successes, but even more important to learn from other people's mistakes. So, how do you do that? You can basically look at books, experiences, people, everything can be a learning opportunity when you have the right mindset. So if I talk about books, you can read books like Big Mistakes by Michael Batnick. You can read books like Confessions of a Stock Market Wizards by Safir Anand. You can even read my second book, The Making of a Value Investor, which what a bear market taught me about investing, in which I've talked about the multitude of mistakes I made during the bull market of 2014 to 2017, which came to bite me in the bear market of 2018-19. That's about books. Now, vicariously learning from the experiences of other investors is another very good technique to learn from other people's mistakes. So you've got all these investors, for example, Sanjay Bhattacharya often talks about how he sold Asian Paints too early.
Yes.
Then, Ramdev Agarwal also talks about a few of his mistakes. Mr. Ramesh Damani talks about not allocating enough to a great opportunity. There's enough, experiences to learn from if you're just a humble person. And humility is the key to, lifelong learning. Without embracing a sense of humility, you will not be able to succeed in this endeavor, because when you look at all the great investors and the kind of mistakes, I mean, if Rakesh Jhunwala has got a Titan and a Lupin and a Crisil, he also has a Diwan housing and a to Z infra or other duds as well. So these things just keep your mind in perspective and keep you humble, and you just want to keep this stock market is the ultimate humbling machine, Shrishti, in my view. I mean, if you're not humble, then be ready to be humbled sometime in the future.
Yes, in fact, it's so funny that you mentioned some of these names because I've had the privilege of hosting a few of them on the show. And the more I meet people like those, the more I appreciate how humble they are. Because, you might meet people who've been investing for 3 to 5 years and they are so confident about, whatever their portfolio allocation is. Whereas when you meet these kind of greats and the legends of the Lal Street, then you truly appreciate how humble they are, how grounded they are, and maybe that's the reason why they are successful as they are, because it truly takes being humble to get you very far in life, especially if you truly value the joys of compounding and things like that, right? And living through those timeless principles.
Absolutely, because those investors, like which you mentioned, they've lived through multiple market cycles.
Yeah.
They are not the post-COVID investors who have just seen an upcycle with periodic corrections. They've actually been through bear markets which have lasted for multiple years. So they are the market has basically told them that there's the good times do not last forever, neither do the bad times last forever. So they are they are able to keep their mind in perspective and just appreciate what the market gives them.